Taking a look at the history of esports, South Korea has played a major role in the forthcoming of the industry. They laid the foundation for competitive gaming and esports in general to go mainstream around the world. Starting with hyped games like Starcraft and Warcraft events to more popular games like League of Legends and Dota 2, Koreans have been killing it since the early 2000s. And currently, a game that they are most famous for is League of Legends, and when it comes to League, T1 is a name that never goes unmissed. T1 was first established by the name SK Telecom T1, aka SKT T1 back in 2012 when SK Telecom acquired the roster of Eat Sleep Game. In 2013, the team quickly gained the attention of the media and fans when they first created the legendary roster of Faker, Bengi, Piglet, Pumandu, and Impact, and went on to dominate and win the 2013 League of Legends World Championship. SKT T1 showed the world how the Koreans played the game, and went on to win the World Championship 2 more times in 2015 and 2016, adding a total of 3 World Championship trophies to their shelf.
Duke flashes forward, chomps down to kill Crown. SK Telecom have got 2, make that 3 kills. SK Telecom have overcome every challenge. They are the undisputed best team in the world. The SKT reign continues. They win their 3rd World Championship.
They currently hold the record for the most World Championship titles, and they are often referred to as the Triple Crown. The international League of Legends scene was being dominated by SKT T1 and Koreans for around 5 entire seasons from 2013 until the rest of the regions finally caught up to their level. SKT T1 has reigned for almost 4 of those seasons, and the team fell off the charts and started declining in 2018. The team couldn't even make it to any of the 2 international events in 2018, and the team started fading away from the top international leaderboards. Even though they managed to perform well domestically, they were far behind the glorious team they once were internationally. In 2020, SKT T1 was officially rebranded to T1 and started making major changes for the future of the organization. This included trying out some new roster changes and experiments on their flagship League of Legends team. They made some major changes to their roster, including some major surprises as well. They departed with their star coach Koma and some experienced players including Khan, Klid, Haru, and Mata. The team went on experimenting with their roster the following seasons, and even though they were able to find success within the LCK, they had really no luck on the international stage. Although the team was experimenting with bringing in and sending out players and rebranding the org, one thing stayed the same since the beginning: the face of T1 and the Demon King himself, Lee Faker Sang-hyuk. The legendary player who amazed the world with inhuman reactions and set new limits to the game's competitiveness is still with the team, actively playing for almost 9 years. Even though he's not in his prime anymore, people still believe him to be the greatest of all time. Today, he is here to prove that he is, in fact, the GOAT once again, backed up by a killer team. T1 entered the 2022 season with a brand new 6-man roster consisting of familiar faces from the T1 Challengers team. T1 parted ways with their previous top laner, Kim Kana Changdong, and the AD carry Park Teddy Jinsong. To fill the gap left behind by them, T1 brought in Choi Zeus Wooje and Lee Gumayushi Minhyong to the main roster, instead of wasting their proven talents on the bench. So stepping onto the season, T1's full roster led by the legendary Faker looked as follows. They had Zeus in the top lane, Uner in jungle, Faker in mid, Gumayushi in bot lane, Keria in support, and Asper as their sub support. The new roster was looking strong, considering how the new players performed and fit right into the main team. But the performance from T1 during the very first split of the season was simply beyond impressive. The new roster showed great compatibility with each other, and they went on to set new records and amaze the world. T1 went 18-0 in the regular season of the LCK 2022 Spring Split, breaking the previous SKT 14-0 record for the longest win streak. They were also first and the only team to have a perfect regular season in the LCK. The rookie players performed exceptionally well compared to more veterans on the LCK. Especially the young AD carry Gumayushi went berserker mode, breaking an LCK record himself this split by racking up 219 kills. He was also the 4th LCK player to achieve over 200 kills in a single split. They did not stop there, but went on to win the entire split and add another LCK title to their collection. This might just be the roster that T1 and Faker were missing all of these years to achieve its former glory once again. With T1's jaw-dropping LCK run, they got themselves a spot at the first international event of the year, the Mid-Season Invitational. Over the past few years, T1 has struggled to perform as well as they used to on international stages. But over this time, T1 was still in form and brought the same level of energy and competitiveness they radiated in the LCK Spring Split. T1 also went on to dominate the tournament's group stage, going 6-0, and they were able to accumulate a 26 series win streak over LCK 2022 Spring and MSI 2022 before finally ending it, losing to G2 in the Rumble stage of MSI. Things got rough again in the Rumble stage, but T1 managed to finish as the second seed, going 7-3. In general, the current T1 roster seems pretty confident about their capabilities, and they aren't afraid to push to their limits. With Faker's astounding plays, Karia's genius engages, and Gumayusi's incredible positioning and disgusting damage output, the team is looking stronger and more unbeatable than ever. And with the record they just set, things are looking only better. Usually, when an LCK team performs that well domestically, stats show that they have always gone on to win Worlds that year. SKT showed this in 2015, and Damwon did it in 2020. The fans have already started the talks of T1 finally making a strong run in a Worlds 2022, and potentially even winning it. If T1 keeps this form and continues to dominate, this might just be the greatest team the world has seen in a while.